Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. It's time, once again, for those egocentric attention holders, Harry and Meghan. As I have been saying in my previous videos about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the more they talk, the more they are driving people away, and the more unpopular and despised they are becoming. This has now been confirmed by new poll results published just today by Newsweek. So it's not just the fact that the ratings for their so-called Netflix docuseries are incredibly low, with an average audience score of 18% and a critic score of 42%. What they said in that series and what Harry wrote in his book Spare have only made things worse for them. So apparently, the more that they reveal, the worse it actually becomes for them. Plus, what's truly amazing is just how fast their popularity has faded. It has literally only taken 6 weeks. I'm not kidding. Newsweek reported today that Redfield and Wilton polled 2,000 eligible U.S. voters on January 16th, which was 6 days after the publication of Harry's book Spare. In that poll, Prince Harry was liked by 31% of respondents, but he was disliked by 38%, giving him a net approval rating of -7. But in a similar poll that was also conducted by Redfield and Wilton on December 5th, 2022, which was only 6 weeks ago, Prince Harry was liked by 52% of Americans and only disliked by 14%, which gave him a net approval of 38 points at that time. So in just 6 weeks, Harry went from having over half of Americans liking him to only less than a third liking him, while the number of Americans who disliked him nearly tripled. And the result is that his net approval rating dropped by 45 points to a negative number, which is huge. And things aren't looking good for Meghan Markle either. In the same January 16th poll, Meghan was viewed favorably by only 26% of Americans and unfavorably by 39%. Giving her a net approval rating of -13. So unsurprisingly, Meghan is more disliked than Harry. But in the December 5th, 2022 poll, Meghan was liked by 43% of Americans and disliked by only 20%, which gave her a net approval rating of 23 points at that time. So for Meghan, the number of people who currently like her versus the number of people who dislike her are practically mirror images of what they were 6 weeks ago, with the result being that her net approval rating has dropped by 36 points, which wasn't as steep a decline as for Harry, but even 6 weeks ago, she was already less popular than him. So given when these two polls were taken, when exactly did their awful docuseries premiere on Netflix? Why, lo and behold, it premiered on December 8th, which was just 3 days after the December 5th poll, in which both of them still had positive net approval ratings. So thanks to their ill-conceived and critically rejected docuseries and Harry's book Spare that came out on January 10th, they have successfully wrecked each of their approval ratings in the US. As I had asked in one of my previous videos, did they not have a PR team to help ensure that they didn't make fools of themselves and damage their reputations? Apparently not. And one of the more interesting questions that was asked in the January 16th poll was about how much private family details and conversations were included in Harry's book. And how did Americans answer? 44% said Harry was wrong to include as many details as he did in the book, while only 26% said he was right to do so. What this January 16th poll effectively does is to make things particularly awkward for Harry and Meghan because so much of their narrative rests on their account of how the British media unfairly vilified them. Well, while that may have been true several years ago, today they are vilifying themselves quite well, as I have been saying in my previous videos about them. So no matter how you cut it, Harry and Meghan have made themselves very unpopular and despised in America over the past 6 weeks, thanks to their docuseries and Harry's book. And if they haven't figured it out by now, the more that they reveal, the worse things become for them. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.